Greetings friends, my name is Denise. I am hanging out in my garage and my portable table to ship some items that sold this weekend. Have I run the numbers? Am I just gonna get into it? Let me crunch some numbers. The numbers are in and they're alarmingly mediocre. I am shipping out $342 in sales right now. I sold lots of low priced items that are actually a blessing to move out of my closet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 items I am about to ship. The first item being this Odile Anthropology brand silk blouse. This I sold for $15. It is 100% silk, and it's sort of from the era when I was getting my feet wet as a reseller, and I would get excited to find certain types of Anthropology pieces, one of them being silk pieces. I still get excited when I find silk. I can't for sure say I wouldn't pick this up today, but you know, it was a lesson learned. It's one of the older Anthro umbrella brands, and the silk piece is there, potentially the style piece is not there. So silk, yes, floral, yes, a little bit longer to sell simply due to the style. That's what I am just sort of thinking at the moment. $15 for a silk shirt, not great, but better than it sitting in my closet. How's that for an answer? I have moved out of my closet in the past couple of weeks a bunch of items that I sourced. When I first started reselling, I did what a lot of people do, and that is I just cleaned out my closet and posted them to Poshmark. Posted those items to Poshmark. Then slowly, within like a matter of a month or so, it turned into, gosh, what would happen if I went out and bought some stuff to sell on Poshmark? And that's how it all begins, right? So some of those earlier pieces that I started sourcing, I would say comfortably into my first year, I don't feel as fine-tuned as I am now. I would find brands, make decisions based on, I thought it looked cute. This is a Patagonia Lost Wildflower midi sundress. This sold for $37. So that's kind of where I'm coming from when I say I sold pieces that have been in my closet. It's just simply because when I started reselling and getting my feet wet with sourcing items in my first year, or maybe even longer, I did things like watched YouTube videos about things that were selling in people's closets. I liked finding certain fibers and materials. At one point, I did get excited to find Anthropology and Madewell at the thrift store. And so some of these pieces that have recently sold are a reflection of that. I am very happy with my $37 Patagonia sale. It's super cute. And let's see, I had a live sale today. I tried to reach out of my comfort zone with today's live sale. I decided to load my tray with Anthropology, Madewell, Sundance pieces, kind of from those brands. No J. Crew or anything. That's basically it. That was the extent of the brands that I had. that I brought into the show. A couple pieces I just threw on the rack that weren't listed yet, and then I need to work on listing. I just sourced them in this past week. And it was a below average sale for me. I spent about an hour and a half on, and I sold 4 pieces to 2 people. So pretty below average for my general sales, which makes me realize that stick to what I know, stick to what I'm successful at. Oh. All right, this is a helmet lang piece and it really does need to be steamed. So I'm gonna turn on my steamer. I'm gonna hope there's enough water in here. There is. I just, in good conscience, like hate sending out pieces that are super duper duper wrinkled. I'm gonna let the person who bought it discover what the fabric's like once they have it at home and they're caring for it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna send it out like it's lovely. Some pieces I just find when I have to steam them before I ship them out that, you know, they're a lot to care for. This is a Joa Brown piece. Joa Brown sells really well for me. This is a really old labeled Joa Brown piece. I sold this as a full price sale for $55. Now it's gonna sound like a steamer. And I'm gonna quickly steam this piece and I'm gonna ship this piece and I'm just gonna keep on moving because it's 5 o'clock and my post office closes at 5:30. So I'm trying to juggle all the things as best as I can to get these items out today. So yeah, admittedly, my live show was meh. I have made $700 before in a live show, and today I made like 50 bucks. But I can guarantee that I sold all these pieces that have been in my closet that haven't been doing anything in my closet. They didn't have any action. So was it worth my time? Absolutely. It's $50 more than I had before I started that live show. That's the attitude I am going to have about it. And I think that's the proper attitude to have. I also think it's good. Like, I personally don't really have a live show following, so like without a following, you need to understand what the market is looking for. And to me, the market's not quite looking for Madewell and Anthropologie, or at least the items that I have. I think you need to have a following of people who are gonna show up, who wanna buy from you, to be able to have those types of shows. Otherwise, I have to have things like a Lululemon show because those are the name brands that people want, and that's what drives traffic to my closet. I'm gonna be over here steaming. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time steaming this, but I am gonna release a fair amount of the wrinkles. So that's like something so good for me to learn. Like, I can pull off Free People shows. Free People pulls people into the room. There are a lot of live shoppers who love Free People. There are a lot of live shoppers, obviously, who love athleisure, Athleta, Lululemon. I've tried to have even like Patagonia shows before, and it just did not go over as well. That's all I'm giving it. That is my steam job, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hang it now right there. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. This piece, Rails piece, I know I got this at the bins. It's an extra small. It's a long sleeve shirt. It has some sparkle in the threads. I probably could have stood to actually steam this as well, but I am just gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it sail. It feels like a tencel type blend. I don't pick up rails, and I even saw a really cute piece the other day. It was the tie front boxier style. It had like lemons and some other type of fruit on it. It was adorable, but I'm like, I'm not buying rails at the retail thrift store. I would consider it at the bins. So Rails is definitely a brand that I am not picking up. It doesn't do well for me. I've even had a few more current pieces in my closet, and I have sold a couple of them. A person that I consign with, she gave me some Rails pieces, so of course I will post them, but I'm not gonna pay for them. So when I do consignment, I take 50% of what the item sells for, so I don't have any out-of-pocket cost on the item. So there's no real investment for me in losing money. It's all kind of a win. $18 sale, and I am happy it is off. I feel it in my bones. I'm ready for a few bigger pieces to sell in my closet, and I want to be up in those, you know, $400, $500 sale days. I'm probably going to intern with having this sales day that wasn't so great. You will find me like going and hopping on another live and selling some Lulu pieces, selling some Free People pieces, just so I can feel a little less discouraged with the process. It's just how it goes. I mean, there's ups and downs. I do really well when I have active wear live shows, and so it's hard to you know, go from a $700 show to a $50 show. And it reminds me of when I started live selling, and sometimes I didn't sell anything. That's really all I have to say about it. It's just like, there's good, there's bad, and I'm just gonna keep on moving forward. My daughter is coming home from college, and she is gonna be here for a few days of her spring break. So I am super excited about that. What did I do? Okay. So this piece that I'm shipping out is an Orla Kylie piece. It was an Orla Kylie collaboration with Uniqlo, and I didn't realize it was a collaboration with Uniqlo until I started looking into the piece to find comps a little bit further. I love Orla Kylie, and it is a really fast seller for me. So even when it's a Target collab or a Uniqlo collab, I do pick up the Orla Kylie pieces. Sorry, I just kind of skirted right over that piece. This is one of those quince pieces, and I did sell a pair of cashmere quince joggers very quickly. This sold within a week of posting it to my closet. This is just a linen, the European linen tank by Quince. And what's great about this is that this color was more of like a terracotta, a neutral tone. They no longer sell the tank in this color, which made it a little bit more of interest to people who like this tank top. And I also think it's kind of like the duck Carhartt color, which is timeless and just pretty much like, I think, always going to be in style. That color, there's always going to be kind of a little group of people who seek out that duck color. So I sold this for $28. And it was also an extra large piece. So far I have had really good luck with Quince on a whole. I think the sweatpants sold within like 2 weeks. And yeah, so I am super happy with that 1 week, 2 week sell-through rate. What's funny about this tank top is that it only retails, I think, for $30, and I said in my listing 36, and I sold it for 28. So I only sold it for $2 off of what it retails for, and it is clearly pre-owned. So don't be discouraged by the MSRP on Quince pieces, because they do retail for less. There goes all my packages falling on the floor. Let's just pretend like that's not happening. Okay, this is a Helmut Lang piece that I sold, and it's just flowy, silky, lightweight, really pretty. It was a really bad sourcing. Like, when I found it, I got so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I just found Helmut Lang at the thrift store. Well, I wouldn't say Helmut Lang has a very big following or a very good average sales price. So if I were to step back in time and find this Helmut Lang sleeveless top that I sold for $12, I would have just left it on the racks. Instinctually now, without even the knowledge of knowing that it was going to take over a year to sell, and then when it did, it was going to sell for $12. Even without that knowledge base, I pretty much do not pick up Helmut Lang. It's just not really one of those brands that I see as people really looking to pay $40 for. I probably at one time hoped I was gonna sell this for about $32 or $36. And if everything is sellable at the right price, let's just say that. And unfortunately, the right price for this was $12. Womp. Not a good pickup. I'm sure I spent at least $5 on it, so I made maybe a couple of bucks on this shirt. Helmut Lang, yeah. Not something I am going to be seeking out in the future. So I did have some really good $46, $55, $37, and $50 sales mixed in with these other low price sales that really kind of offset. I wish I had, you know, $11, $50 sales. That would have been a lot better. These are just a pair of Free People joggers. I try to sell these in a live show, and when I sell an item like this in a live show, I'm gonna offer the people in the room maybe $25, $32 for a substantial pair of pants like this. And these sold to an offer from the liker for $46. So of course I am pretty happy with that price point, and that I didn't sell them live, so then I could up my profits dramatically on something like this. I also sold a pair of Dansko clogs for $51 that I, you know, have turned down a few $20 offers on them. So if you can wait it out and you can't come up with a middle ground negotiating with a person who's interested in an item, know your value. Know what you want to take for something, and don't fold if it's an item that you feel like you don't mind having in your closet for a little bit longer to just find the right buyer. These sweatpants are confirmation of that, selling for $46. And these Dansko clogs are confirmation of that, selling for $50. These are really fun Dansko clogs. They are a filigree. They're the kind that kind of look like a patent leather and have a really bold print to them. That's one of the styles of Dansko that I love picking up. I know they will do fine in the medium box, so let them be gone. I've picked up some pretty cute dance clothes lately, and I think people go back and forth with their desire to pick up Dansko. I have always been in the yes Dansko camp. I like picking up Danskos. Oh, that's not fun. Womp. That was the sticker that I put in the last order. It's all sealed up, so I'm not going back now. I do find that because so many resellers list their Danskos and sell their Danskos for a low price point, that culturally people are looking to spend $25 to $30 some dollars, $20 to $32 for Danskos. So for me, because I sell Danskos more at like $40 to $50, I just wait for the right person to come along, and I don't take those what I would consider to be low ball offers on the Danskos. They're worth it. They're $160 retail, and a lot of the styles, like the style that I just sold, you can't find anymore. Some of the really fun styles, they're just not really making. Like every company, you know, they decide what they're gonna be making, what they're not gonna be making. And I would say it's a little bit harder to find those kind of fun styles unless you buy it on a secondhand retail marketplace. This shirt is a driftwood shirt. I sold this live today. It was an unlisted shirt. It's really very, very, very pretty. I love it. And I actually sold it to someone who we were having pretty lengthy conversations with about selling live. She watches my YouTube or has watched my live YouTube. So if you are watching this, hello, and thank you for coming by my live show and chatting up about live selling. There are a lot of things that people just, it's hard to understand, like can't conceptualize about live selling. So I have made a few videos to debunk some of these things that you just don't know until you do it. But there is a part of live selling, in my heart of hearts, I just want to say that you actually just have to try. Like you just have to jump in and get your feet wet and see how it goes. That you can't always just learn every little minute detail of reselling or live selling from a video. You just have to try it. So that's like what I am encouraging people is, if you are concerned about the little tiny details, just jump in and try it. Give it a shot. See how it goes. And don't be so like overwhelmed by the things that you don't know, and move forward with the knowledge that you do have from videos you've watched or live shows you've been in that you've just picked up on. I'm getting close. I've got 2 minutes to ship these 3 blouses, and I'm happy to say I feel like they're all gonna go into one envelope. Well, I am just selling a pair of Birkenstocks right now as we're doing this. I sold 3 Sundance shirts to the same person. One is an extra large, one is an extra small, and one is a medium. And that's just how it goes. And I think they're all gonna fit her. It's just like every style is a little bit kind of different, and it's sort of funny, but yeah. So I sold 3 Sundance tops, including 1 all silk Sundance top, to this same buyer. All 3 pieces I sold for $38. So she got a great deal, and I'm happy to pass these along. The one shirt that was the orange one It's cotton. It's got some flowers. It has a very Indian fabric print to it. That one has been in my closet for quite some time, and I usually have a fast sell-through rate with Sundance. So yeah, it's just like really just a game of what is gonna sell? What will sell? What sells quickly? Can I predict what's gonna sell quickly? I wish I could. It would be like predicting the lottery. And when I sell 20 some pieces from 55 that I just posted a week ago, I feel like in some ways that is winning the reseller lottery. I really have to move quickly to get these items to the post office for 5:30 close. So I'm gonna close it just like that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you appreciate seeing what sold for me, what I am moving items for, and as I like to say, may kindness light your path. Take care. I'll be seeing you in a few days, everyone. Bye-bye.